Greetings, everybody. It's Jim. Ever since the invention of role playing games, there's always been Game Master screens. Started in 1979 with Dungeons and Dragons and hasn't stopped, right? And yet there's another screen for every game, it seems, to portray the artwork, the basic rules, and so on. Now, of course, with Game Masters being different, everybody has a different take of what should be on their screen. Whether it be if you're a novice, you want the basics. If you're advanced, you don't need the basics there in your head. You need some more information that's a little bit more esoteric that you don't look up all the time, but you use enough. Or maybe just information about your campaign would be good enough. Well, today I'm going to be talking to you about a product that just floored me, and I got it, and man, it is the best thing I ever had for a Game Master screen. And it's customizable, and it's just plain beautiful. I'll never have to get another one, no matter what role-playing game I'm playing, and maybe even past role-playing games, actually, if I use my creativity enough. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about why you should be using the world's greatest screen from Hammerdog Games. Okay, so the general idea of the world's greatest screen is that this is completely customizable. Okay, it's got four panels just like any other screen, but they have pockets here where you could just slide in your own information, like I've got done here for the fantasy trip. But the thing is, you could use anything right at that point. That's the beauty of it. Now I got the horizontal version. Now you got the standard classic vertical version over here. Now I like the horizontal. I think, when did it come out? Third or fourth edition Dungeons and Dragons? Let me know in the comments down below. I think it was fourth actually. But I like it because it spreads out further on the table. I'm a little bit short, so sitting down I don't have to stand up as much. Is that me being lazy or efficient? I'm not sure. But I mean, I just like the fact that it's wider across the table and all that stuff. Has a better presence, I think. What do you think better? Let me know in the comments down below. But the thing is, with this, one thing it does is allow, like for me, I actually have, now you'll see that I'm going to show you my sheets here in a little bit, but for the fantasy trip, but I've got a lot of things on both sides that are actually tables and charts. Now, why do I have that? That's because I play with a lot of novices as of late, so they can have information too. While there's nothing wrong with it, I mean, you can absolutely, if you want to set the tone or something like that, have pictures on the outside of any of these, and Hammerdog actually has inserts for a lot of games already, actually, that you can actually download and play. All right, and use, or you can just create your own, but if you don't want to have the time or you don't have the graphical instincts for it, because that is a thing, you can have a nice layout, and all the information you need, but does it look sloppy and stuff like that? They can do the work for you. It might be worth a few bucks to get. So here I'm going to show you some of the, my inserts that I use for the fantasy trip. The link will be down below where you can download it. Now the thing is, when I said that you can get these off from Hammerdog Games, and you can, and they're nice and graphical, pretty colors and all that stuff, don't be intimidated by that, though. I mean, here, this is just from Excel spreadsheets. You can easily do this yourself, It's just if you want to really make them fancy or graphical and stuff like that, it's going to be up to your skill level at that point. But just making your basic screens, you can do it yourself without a problem. So don't be intimidated by that. I didn't mean to intimidate you if that was the case. Now here I got my action tracker and turn tracker, and those are really perfect for those pins and those circles. You can track everything from initiative order when spells go off. You're probably pretty familiar with it. Now, of course, I got the basic combat adjustments here for all kinds of things from terrain and so forth. And the turn sequence here, and the options for what everybody can do on a turn, because in the fantasy trip there are quite a bit. And the thing is, I have that on both sides. I have that on my side and their side. The only difference is on my side, I don't have the turn sequence. It's actually blank up there. That way I can just write notes, because I know the turn sequence off the top of my head. I have that on their side because they're playing with a lot of newbies lately. But on my side, it's blank, so I can actually use a little card, dry erase cards they give you, write down notes, plop them up there with a magnetic pin, or just write on the board itself. So that's just fine. Now, one thing I do want to say, and one of the biggest things here Like I said, yeah, even if you know the game like the back of your hand, there's always going to be something that throws you off a little bit. And for me, it's strength-based weapons on in the fantasy trip, because the numbers go up by like 1 point every two. It's up on the upper right there. Every 2 points, and I always get stuck in my head about, like, for weapons, I know a broadsword's 2 dice. You know, and I know a few others and stuff like that. But when it comes to the strength-based weapons, like, how much is a dagger worth in hand-to-hand? Is it 1d plus 1, 1d minus 1? I mean, I know it can start somewhere, but then I got to do the math every two. It just slows it down. It's right there for me, ready to go. But overall, I really like this product, guys. $35. You'll never have to buy another screen. You can easily make your own inserts for whatever game you're playing. And like I said, you could probably use it for other games as well. So that's the video, and I'll see you next time.